One of the toughest things about defending the gun bunch offense is playing somebody who comes out in their formation and then flips it at the last second. This erases all of your defensive setups as you scramble to flip your play and re-enter everything that you just did. In this video, we're going to talk about a tip that you can use specifically against the gun bunch to make this job a little bit easier on yourself. Let's go ahead and get into it. What is up, guys? Dan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about what you can do on defense to defend those pesky bunch flip offenses that you face so frequently in Madden Online. Now, before we get into the video, please do me a quick favor. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 22, make sure you guys check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counteract those metas when you face them in online gameplay. Much like we're going to do here in today's video, talking about what you can do against the gun bunch and those players that like to flip their play and quick snap you. So as we all know, most players tend to go ahead and run their coaching suggestions on defense on auto flip. Now, to access your coaching adjustments, you're going to hit the right stick in at the play call menu. This is going to bring up a new menu where you can see right here, I have auto flip set to on. Now, underneath of that, there is an alignment that is referred to as auto alignment. And against the gun bunch offense specifically, I would highly recommend setting this to man align. And as you can see to the right, it says that defenders will align according to their man coverage assignments. Essentially, what this means is that your nickel corner will stay on the slot receiver regardless of how they're going to flip their formation. So when you face an offense like, say, gun bunch, which has the two receivers and then a tight end bunched up and then a solo receiver on the opposite side, if they go to flip their formation and you are in a nickel set, it will always follow with you. So let's say that you're one of those players that likes to set up your Mike Blitz 3. And you go and you set up your defense and you global blitz and you contain and you set up this super meta setup, right? And you've got this all set up and then your opponent says, I'm going to flip my play. Well, now what ends up happening is your nickel corner will travel with them. And what this is going to do is allow you to then have the ability to not have to worry about flipping your play. You are at least going to have that nickel corner travel. And for the purpose of this video, you might go ahead and just put him into a vertical hook. So now you've got a hard flat, a vertical hook, and an outside third to that side. And this would allow you to then maybe just change your assignments of the backside of your coverage. But as long as they flip, you're going to be able to have that nickel corner traveling. Now, one thing this tip does not do is flip your nickel corner's assignment. So as you saw in that previous example, he was actually in a hard flat. So if we go ahead and set this up and we want to play hard flats to the bunch side with that nickel corner and they flip, it will not change his assignment into a hard flat. Now, if you want to, you can still make that adjustment as he flips sides. So now he's in the hard flat. You can put this safety into the middle third and this safety into the hook or the flat on that side. This allows you to just basically make quick adjustments without losing your blitz, which is huge because again, if they do this, all then you have to do is go ahead and switch these players and you're right back in your defense without having to do anything too crazy. So again, no matter how many times they flip their formation, again, it's capped at, I believe, 2 flips. The third will be a false start penalty, as you see right here. You can stay on top of being able to make your adjustments. So this is something that I would highly recommend doing. And this is actually really good from coverage defenses as well. So what do I mean by that? Let's say that I call a Tampa 2 defense against the double post. And we are set up like so. And, I'm actually going to go ahead and just maybe Mabel this coverage out, right? We've got a vert hook, a curl flat, and a cloud flat. And of course, I can set my zone drops and have my curl flat set to 0, my cloud flat set to 25 or 30. And then I have a vert hook there for any hitches. And they go to flip their play. We're going to be in a spot now where you can basically make the changes to the defense as you see fit. So now I could go ahead and just say, you go ahead in the purple. I'm going to re-vertical hook this guy. And then, obviously you could go ahead and put that guy in the vertical hook and you're right back in the same defense essentially. and you're still using the middle linebacker. So, you know, for the purpose of them flipping, you're always going to be able to keep that nickel corner. And again, it just comes down to changing the assignments of 2 or 3 players as the nickel corner travels, rather than having to basically, flip your play with your opponent, re-global blitz, re-spread your line, re-crash your line. You're basically seeing that with this, it's just 2 or 3 quick adjustments to different zones to keep yourself, while you're keeping pressure, for the record, as opposed to 5 or 6 where you have to reset up your pressure and then reset up your zone adjustments. Now, again, I've stressed that this is something that is really important against bunch. The problem you're going to run into is that sometimes players are going to audible into formations where you're going to have 3 receivers to one side, 1 tight end, and a running back to the other side. This playbook, I don't believe I have trips tight end that I can show you, but you're going to be able to audible into some sets that are going to align like a trips tight end would, for instance. And if I'm in a man align look, you're going to see here that this formation doesn't do this, but typically speaking, if somebody comes out in trips tight end, you're going to end up noticing that more often than not, you're going to have this corner all the way over here in this, and you're going to have all 3 receivers matched up against all 3 of your corners in the nickel package, and then all of your zones will be flip-flopped accordingly. This guy would still be in the vertical hook. More than likely, Trufant would be in the mid-read zone when you're man aligned. Roquan would end up being in the vertical hook to this side, and then this guy would actually occupy the cloud flat. So it would kind of look something like honestly this, where again, you have to imagine that Trufant is actually playing the mid-read zone, and then Roquan Smith would be playing the right side hook curl. So, Trufant would actually be in the middle when it's man aligned. So you have to be aware that sometimes when you're in a man aligned set, it's going to look basically like man coverage to your opponent. That's the key of being able to use this trick to make sure that your nickel corner is always chasing the slot receiver against bunch. But when again, you get into those trip style sets, it's going to look like 3-on-3 and give your opponent that man read against trip sets. So it does something completely different against a true trips formation than it does against a bunch formation or a doubles formation, for instance. So just keep that in the back of your mind. This is not a one size fits all tip. This is something that's specifically micro focused on attacking a problem issue with bunch, which is basically having to reset your defense and recrash and redo everything when somebody flips their play. And by the time you get into doing that, they're quick snapping you. With this, it's just readjust your zones as you see fit based off of your coverage. Your pressure is never something that you're going to have to worry about resetting, because your front 6 is going to stay the same as it pertains to the nickel 335 wide that I've been showing you in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. And again, guys, if you like this level of detail in these Madden tutorials, go check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. We're already up over 40 vault videos in the first basically month of the year in our vault, and 3 game plans, 2 on the offensive side of the ball, and then my nickel triple defensive game plan that I released just last week. So if you guys are looking for ways to get guaranteed pressures, A gaps through for the D tackle, linebacker B gaps, guaranteed pressures against the running back blocking, ways to turn off tight end delay fades, audible tricks, run gap shoots, and coverage setups, definitely go check out that game plan. It is all included for the low price of $9.95 a month, and that includes Discord membership, which we're going to be starting our live lab sessions for our Gridiron Game Plans members coming up next Monday. Right after week 1, we'll be doing our first lab session, and we'll be doing those weekly throughout the NFL season. So hopefully I'll see you guys over on Gridiron and in the Discord. If not, we'll see you guys right back here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.